make an omelette, you must break an egg. Do you understand what that means? If you don't know what it means, please go back. Go back, please. And study it very carefully. We are prepared to break as many eggs as possible to fry this very beautiful omelette that is Biafra. We don't listen to what people say. You can talk from now till the kingdom come, write your garbage in Punch newspaper, in Nation, in Vanguard, from now till the kingdom come. It means nothing to us. We continue what we are doing. You can buy over 1 or 2 saboteurs, that is entirely your business. We number in millions all over the world. In millions all over the world. As you know, the same way they used Okadibo to rubbish Zeke. I remember Okadibo in MPN calling Zeke a mosquito, or the rant of a mosquito, or whatever. The same people killed Chuba Okadibo. Any day you rise up to ask for Igbo people in Benue State, they complain. Igbo people in Kogi, they complain. Today they held a Ohaneze and Igbo meeting, should I say election, to elect a new Ohaneze President General, which is why the election is illegal. It is illegal, and I'll tell you why it's illegal. Igbo people in Benue did not vote. Igbo people in Kogi did not vote. Igbo people in Cross River did not vote. Igbo people in Akwa Ibom did not vote. Igbo people in Bayelsa did not vote. Are you listening to me? Igbo people in Edo, the one did not vote. In Ohaneze, but they're all Igbo people. Now tell me where Obiozo will derive his legitimacy from. I am touching upon all these things so that you can understand that the way you reason, your process, your thought process, and the way you reason is what makes you a human being. How can you have Ohaneze and Igbo holding elections in Owerri, whereas Igbo people in Benue are not there? So what you're saying, those of you gathered in Owerri, is that those in Benue are not Igbo. We can dash them to Fulani Janjaweed. And do you know that those in Benue, they are called Northern Nigerians? Igbo people in Benue are Northerners. Are you aware of that? Igbo people in Kogi are called Northerners. Are you aware of that? I want you to reason, please. Reason only can get us out of this mess that we are in. Britain set up the Willing Commission to divide us in the East, and they did. Our failure to realize that we are one people is why we are suffering today. Of course, I admit, and let me also apologize tonight live on air to people of EFIC. Nnamdi Azikiwe removed Dr. Eyoeta as the head of government business in Enugu when they kicked him out of Ibadan, Yoruba land. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe single-handedly sowed the seeds for division in the East by removing Eyoeta. And this evening, I apologize on behalf of IPOB, on behalf of every, conscionable Easterner, that what Zeke did was absolutely horrendous. It is awful, it is bad. Eyoeta was doing very, very well. Dr. Egbo married Margaret Egbo from Anambra State. Some of you don't know that. Margaret Egbo International Airport in Calabar is actually an Anambra woman. Some of you don't know that. She's an Igbo woman, of course. Some of you don't know, but we're letting you know tonight that we are one people. We intermarried. In CBD came from that axis, Arochukwu, Abreba, Ijaram. We are one people. But Britain came and said that we are not the same people. And you see where we are. I'm from Cross River. I'm from Akwa Ibom. But in the north, they say they are from the north. That's what they tell you. We are from the north. They even usurped Middle Belt that has nothing to do with Fulani heritage. They took everything over. Say we are not. When they try to form a group to represent the interest of the Middle Belt, they started complaining. No, we are one north. But in your own village, they're dividing you. I'm from Anambra. I'm from Imo. I'm from Enugu. The more you play this very ridiculous game, the more they advance their cause. Very, very important. None of those at Enugu then realized the damage Eyoeta's removal by Dr. Azikiwe would have caused in furtherance of the British agenda to divide and destroy us from within. I have apologized to the Efik nation, and I shall do so again. We are sorry for the mistakes and division caused by the politics of Dr. Azikiwe, the division that they brought to our land. We apologize. We are one people. And I have treated this very topic before, but it's very simple. If you say that we are not all one people, go and Google Efik now. Go to your Google and search for Efik. They will tell you the relatives. Ibibio and Igbo, they are all related. You search for Ibibio, they will tell you Ibibio is Igbo. You search for Anang, they will tell you that Anang is related to Ibibio, and Ibibio is related to Igbo. You go to Ijo, you do the same thing in Ijo, they will tell you that Ijo is related to Igbo. You go to Lower Benue, Idomaland, you ask them, they will tell you they are related to Igbo. They have 4 market days. You go to Ubiaja, which is the Shan, it is the same thing. 4 market days. We are all one people. But because they planted people to divide us, agents of destruction, you call them governors, you call them House of Reps members, you call them senators, because they planted them in our midst, they empowered them, they use Yoruba media to show them up. That is why we're in the mess we're in today. In actual fact, we are all one people. I said, don't take my word for it. Simply go to Google and Google Ejo. You will see their relatives. They will see. We see Igbo there. Who is your relative? Is it not somebody who you're close to by blood? Is it not? We launched ESN. One of the strongest sectors we have is Bayelsa. The people who rose from Bayelsa say, "Oh, we want our own regional security." But when the West did theirs, it was only one. When the North did theirs, is only one. It's only in our land. After launching Eastern Security Network, one idiot from somewhere in Bayelsa or from River State will say, "Oh, we want our own for a nation." Is this either inferiority complex, or these people are acting a script written by their Fulani Janjaweed masters? I want you to understand this very clearly. Now, there is another thing that these guys have cleverly done, which some of you don't understand, but I will tell you tonight. And I, of course, we and our Duduwa people, we have a very great understanding. They know I have a lot of respect for them and regard for their history and what they have managed to accomplish. But there is one aspect of Yoruba people that you cannot reform. They are journalists, they are media. They are horrible. You know me, I speak the truth. Ordinary Yoruba person is great, is good these days. Ududuwa. But their media, their media is horrible. Absolutely horrible. And it is because they are afraid of Fulani. Yoruba journalists are afraid of Fulani. Or should I say they are trying to protect their interest because they know that 2023, in every likelihood, they may rig Tinubu into office. But I want to remind them of this, please. Very, very important. Because anytime Yoruba newspaper writes about IPOB or Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, my humble self, they will say proscribed, proscribed, proscribed. In other words, some people feel that they have something to gain from Nigeria over and above their well-being, their safety, their honor, and their dignity. I have never seen any Yoruba newspaper campaign for the designation of Miyetti Allah as a terrorist group. None whatsoever. Because if we are still talking about one Nigeria, maybe one day it will be our turn to go back to Asorok again. One of the hottest regions that experienced the end SARS protest is Yoruba land, and for very good reason, for that matter. But Obasanjo was in Asorok for 8 years. Did your lives improve? Jonathan was in office for 6 years. Go to Bayelsa and see how horrible life is there. Yaradua was in office. Today, go to Katsina. The late Buhari, and in whose name this President Fraud is in Asorok now. Go to Katsina. I did not kidnapping people. But I keep saying this, that people don't understand it. It's very simple logic. People prefer US visa, Canadian visa, New Zealand visa, Australian visa, Schengen visa, British visa, to living in the zoo. And I asked them, the president of America, is he from your village? I mean, not all of you campaigning for tribal presidency. He's the ton of an Igbo man. He's the ton of a Yoruba man. It must come to the south. Let me ask you, all of you have houses in Dubai. You travel to America, or some of you have houses in London. In England, is the Queen of England from your village? So what it means in actual fact is that it doesn't matter where somebody comes from. It doesn't matter where a president comes from. What matters is the policies that individual is pursuing. Do you think we are that primitive and that crude enough to support any venture as daft as Igbo presidency? Look at Jonathan. I'm asking you a simple question. Look at Jonathan. Is Bayelsa any better? The so-called South-South? Look at Yoruba land. My very good father, Paya, the Banjodos who are campaigning, these are serious, learned men, campaigning for Nigeria to change. But they had their own son. Obasanjo was there for 8 years. They created billionaires like Otedola and Adenuga that owns Glow. Obasanjo empowered a few people to become billionaires, that's all. An ordinary Yoruba man or woman is suffering the same way an ordinary Biafran man and woman is suffering, the same way an ordinary middle belt man and woman is suffering, the same way even Hausa man is suffering and woman, even Fulani is suffering. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Is she speaking in tongues?
You allowed them to divide you. I remember NSAS very well. Shoinka was talking about it a few days ago. You know, when you come out for a revolution, you must go to the end. No revolution is pretty. Before next time, of course, there's going to be protests next, and we are going to lead it. When next you are planning to come out to protest, before you do so, go and study the history of revolution. Russian Revolution, French Revolution, the Commonwealth, which is Cromwell's revolution in England, and George Washington's revolution in America. You can even read Chairman Mao's revolution. They are not pretty. They are not pleasant, I'm telling you. If you think that revolution is that you come out on the street, you dance to musicians, because you have seen Flavor, you have seen other musicians, you think that it's going to be a carnival, jamboree. No, it is not. They are only starting it. When the revolution failed was when Yoruba media allowed themselves to be used, because they thought that should Nigeria collapse, Tinubu will not be president in 2023. That's all. So they kept writing. They kept writing. They introduced ethnicity. They brought in tribe. They brought in religion. They kept pumping your brain with rubbish, with nonsense every blessed day. Because you were not mentally tuned or tough enough to realize that in every revolution, things are very, very difficult. Because you failed to understand this. That was why you messed up. Everybody went home. You started looking for bags of rice, bags of beans. I'm sure that some of you have finished those palliative bills that got 1 carton of Indomie. The palliative is gone. And you're still in pain and in suffering. Had we remained on the streets, forgotten about palliatives, remained on the streets, by now the zoo would have collapsed. But you know, Yoruba media, they would like you to blame somebody. You want to blame. There has to be somebody to blame. Oh, he's a Namdekan. Oh, he made a broadcast. Stupid idiots. As if during revolution there's no broadcast. Go and read Chairman Mao in China, the Cultural Revolution. Go and read about the Bolsheviks in Russia. Go and read about Oliver Cromwell. Oliver Cromwell caught the King of England, King Charles I, and cut off his head. You know what he said to Charles before he killed him? I want to prove to you that your blood is not blue but red like ours. I want to prove to you that you're a human being like all of us here. Oliver Cromwell cut off the head of a crowned king of Europe, King Charles I of England. Can you imagine people going to what's it called, to Asarok to cut off the head of this little boy from Yusuf Mohammed from Niger Republic? Media will, what they write, oh my God. So a revolution is not pretty. If you're not prepared mentally for a revolution, then don't come out. People were saying that we are breaking into prisons and releasing people during the NSAS revolution. I said, why not? In France today, they celebrate the Bastille Day. Bastille was a prison. When the revolution started, the people went to the prison and they let every inmate out. That is called the revolution. You don't know. Oh, they went to prison. They were releasing prisoners, hoodlums and hoodlums. Idiots. They failed to realize that it was a revolution. A revolution. You have finished your two packets of Indomie from warehouse. Typical black people chasing food. Today, where is that food? You have eaten it, you have been to the toilet, it's over. And you're still suffering, you're in pain. And I reminded that was exactly what Che Guevara said when he came to Congo to fight. Che Guevara said, I cannot, when he went back to Latin America, they asked him, why did you come? He said, I cannot stay in Africa. An African man does not know how to put the need of his freedom before his stomach. He always wants to eat. Food, always. That was why he came back and went back to Latin America. The reason why I said this was because the Yoruba media is a problem in Nigeria. I'm telling you the truth. They have messed everything up. IPOB is proscribed, and I'm the kind who proscribed. They keep writing junk every day from idiots who don't exist. But I want to tell them something. The same Yoruba paper carried the headline, Punch. Our abductors spoke Fulfude, collected 4.5 million ransom, kidnapped Kaduna PFN chairman. PFN is Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria. This man, his name is Apostle Emmanuel Bago. He is telling you that those that kidnapped him, they spoke Fulfude, which means they are Fulani people. Only Fulani. That was the language I said to Yusuf Mohammed. Now that Jubril has run away, I asked Yusuf, come out and speak Fulfude. If you claim you're Buhari, because Buhari spoke fluent Fulfude. But of course, we are dealing with zoo animals. This man said it was Fulanis that kidnapped us. But the same newspaper will never recommend that all these Fulani bandits groups Miyetti be proscribed. No, not at all. Do you know why? Because they don't threaten their interest of a Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidency in 2023. Now you understand. These are the type of newspapers and media houses you have in the zoo. They were the ones that came out at the height of the revolution and started writing rubbish. A very famous person talked about, I just want to talk about this End SARS protest for a minute because I've not spoken about it before now. Somebody said they were destroying properties, burning infrastructure, burning BLT or BRT bus, the Lagos bus that was burnt down. Black people without conscience.
I had a dream.
My response to those individuals is this. They use those buses to transport thugs from Mushi to protest sites to Lekki Tollgate to go and kill and attack peaceful protesters. That was why that very depot was burnt down. But when they write this, they are drunk. They never go to the beginning. It's just like DSS, who are every day they keep writing rubbish. Of course, Punch and all these other stupid newspapers, they keep helping them writing rubbish every blessed day. About how I jumped bail, how Nnamdi Kanu is a fugitive. They think if they keep writing it and Google keeps prioritizing it, or somehow when I travel to America to speak to lawmakers, somehow they say, oh, you're a fugitive, I won't talk to you. See, they think that white people are stupid, as stupid as they are. Do you understand what I'm saying? They think that white people are as stupid as they are. The same newspapers, they have the video of the raid of my house when the army came to kill me, as a result of which 28 of my men died. They are aware of it. My cousin died. As a result of it, my father and my mother died of the trauma from it. They know, they have the video. And they go to church, some of them. They go to the mosque, some of them, and they read and they study. They don't know who we are. They don't know that the anointing of the Almighty Elohim is upon us. They have no idea. And when they don't soldier, I said to them, I am in a very wonderful company. Pharaoh went after Moses. Is that true or false? Herod went after baby Jesus. Joseph and Mary took Jesus to Egypt. They fled to Egypt. Prophet Muhammad fled from Mecca to Medina. So I'm in a very wonderful company, you see. Those with the anointing of God, that is how it is. You come to kill them, you cannot kill them. But the zoo newspapers will never write about it. They want to give the world the impression that I had a court case and I don't want to appear. Nigeria, to tell you the wickedness and the evil of the mind of a black man. Very evil. Very evil. And I don't want to blame DSS for what they are doing. They are doing their job, trying their best to be a propaganda organization. They are doing their best. But I want to let them understand, the newspapers in the zoo, Vanguard, Punch, and all these idiots writing junk all the time, that I am in a very good company. When you talk about those who escaped or who survived the state-sponsored assassination, when you mention Moses, you mention Jesus, you mention Prophet Muhammad, then you mention Nnamdi Kanu. Now you understand it, don't you? Those who are killing and abducting you in Kaduna are Fulani people, according to Apostle Emmanuel Bako. But out of fear and timidity, Yoruba newspapers will not write about or write against Fulani Janjaweedism, because they want a pot of porridge in 2023 with Tinubu presidency. Typical black people. When their wives are pregnant, the editor of Punch newspaper, when the wife is pregnant, she will go to America to go and give birth. And I asked them, in that America you're going to, is Biden that is now coming in a Yoruba man? But in the zoo, Nigeria, you're writing about a Yoruba presidency. It must come to the south. Those morons in the east are writing about Igbo presidency. But your families are in America and all over Europe. Is Boris Johnson from your village? People want a country that is run properly based on policies, not the ethnicity of the idiot in Asrock. Very simple. Shagari was a good man. Sheikh Shagari was a wonderful man. He's a Fulani, but he was a good man. I'm saying my own, how I see it. Do you know that the best development that ever happened in the East happened when, or should I say, after the miracle of Dr. Michael Obara? There was a period of decay and disaster until Shagari went in and Mbakwe went in. Mbakwe will go to Lagos to go and plead with Shagari. Do you know there was no time that Mbakwe actually went to Lagos and came back empty-handed? They called him the weeping governor. But anytime he meets Shagari and asks for something, Shagari will always give it to him. Do you see that? Some of you are very small. Iguacha Enugu Expressway was very, very beautiful, I assure you. Shagari built it. Fulani man. Because he had good policies. It didn't matter who was in Asorok or in Dodam Barracks or whatever, the State House or whatever. Rubbish they called it then. The policies were good. Even when Mbakwe asked us to pay survival levy to build Imo State Port, everybody did. You can see that Mbakwe was working. It was actually a Yoruba man, the last military administrator of Imo State before Mbakwe took over. It was him that started a Zinachi clay factory. A Yoruba man, a military administrator of Imo State. Do you know what this man did? This man, they have the same ceramic factory in his village in Yoruba land. I've forgotten his village. But go and Google it. The last military administrator handed over to Mbakwe. The man said, oh, I have this factory in my village. It's very good. Oh, they use clay. They make bricks. They make roof tiles. They make everything. It's wonderful. Oh, now I am the military governor of Imo State. I want to do something here. The man actually started the project in Ezimnachi. A Yoruba man. Yoruba military governor of Imo State.
Okay.
What am I trying to prove? That it doesn't matter where you come from. The policies you pursue is what matters. A Yoruba man started the very beautiful Ezinachi factory. Mbappe completed it. And some idiots ruined it. Turned everything upside down. Look at it today. It's moribund. What am I saying? That people must stand up to say the truth. When you see the truth, you must speak it. You know, we are black people. Some of us are very demonic. We are possessed by a demon of greed, envy, hatred, and jealousy. It's in us. We are black people. Nobody can take it away from us. Some people must be envious. They must be jealous. They must have hatred in them. They must be horrible. That is who they are. You can't change them. But what we are preaching this very evening is that no Fulani group has been proscribed. The wretched chattering classes in the zoo, infrastructure, and I asked them which building is good in the zoo in Lagos that was destroyed. They said, oh, Samuel went to show Yusuf Mohammed in Asorok the progress they're making. What buildings do you have? When you go to Dubai, you are shame. What things do you have? I ask you. You have nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the revolution must come back. It will come back, of course. But not revolution to save. If, I have said it before, if people gather, if by the time Shoinka and even Tinubu was campaigning for Sovereign National Conference in pre-1999, the Third Republic, that they actually sat down and people voted for a new constitution. Who am I? I'm a Democrat. Who am I to say no to Nigeria? I can't say no to Nigeria because even our own people voted for it. But nobody voted for Nigeria. Lugard came with Flora Shaw after drinking